r/ForeverAlone. Fox Puzzle Hated 7895 says, was dating easier before the age of internet and smartphones? Intelligent Plan 71 says, yes, the main reason being that people couldn't zero in on your flaws electronically like a stalker before you even had a physical interaction. You had to have a real date, and if there was chemistry then the eventual flaws were justified away due to the chemistry. Now, how many compatible people never even meet? I roll because wrong music / job not good enough / wrong politics / too short / too tall / like wrong sports team / not popular enough on Instagram, etc. There are certainly other reasons, but this is the main one. Dirasin at 1986 says, I'd say yes, since there was no TikTok and social media. Women couldn't blast men for being naive and making mistakes in relationships. I think people were also more willing to try and make things work, rather than throwing the relationship out and swiping until a new one came about. Perceptions of attractiveness, especially in female-to-male relationships, were also a lot less sensitive. Our Chemical 6871 says, anyone that says no is delusional. You used to have to date in your social circle. Now it is almost a eugenics program for women and attractive men. Like a shopping catalog on online dating, filter by height, etc. I can't blame them. I would be doing the same thing if I met the requirements. And before one of you comes screaming, oh I know a guy. Or personality yada yada yada. I know. It's a numbers game, which the odds have drastically decreased for us. Grand Level 9343 says, yes. A literal 1,000 times less competition. Also forced to meet face to face and actually have a chance to show yourself instead of being ghosted before even getting to make eye contact. Not like that would have helped me in the slightest, like. We had fuzz back then too. But for normal people it was easier. Morbid Nihilism says, I think before the internet and social media and dating apps, women were more willing to date the average guy because they didn't have their expectations distorted and didn't have other more attractive options just by swiping on their phones. Sarav Joshi says, dating nowadays is horrible. People used to be kind and caring, now no one cares. They just cheat for no reason, literally. Tired of this shit. r/ForeverAlone. Black Coyote 2 says, did you ever want kids? Few years ago I used to have dreams where I was a dad and was holding a baby in my arms. I remember this one dream clearly, where it's an early morning and I'm holding my baby daughter in my arms. I was just standing by the kitchen window and it was all foggy outside. I've never actually held a baby in my arms, but I remember how warm it felt to hold her. I wish I could have had that life, but I've realized how unrealistic it is. It's a pretty far away thought when you haven't even held hands with a girl. Listina Pork says, a family is really all I want to achieve in life. Dependent Chemist says, no, I can't even take care of myself. It would be criminally wrong to have kids, even if I had the opportunity, which of course I don't. Birthday Boy says, no, but I would like to do youth work. Even if I prevent just one person from growing up to become like me, I'll have at least done something worthwhile in my life. XXX Carnage XXX says, I know how you feel. I too feel the same. If you look through my post history you'll find a post I made about a dream I had years ago and still think about till this day. The post is called I Want to Talk About This Dream I Had When I Was at My Worst. What do you make of it? I also thought about adoption or surrogacy, but I'm scared of this being taken the wrong way, since I'm a single man, but I will try my best to provide a loving home for a child, if that day comes. Ever since I was young I wanted to be a husband and a father. I wanted a big family, to be better than my dad who is extremely abusive. To have the realization that I'll never be that breaks my heart, but I have to learn to make peace with it. If God is real, why would he make me suffer like this? Red Eyes of Evil says, if the world is not becoming hell, I would. Bringing more human, just putting more competition. I don't want my kids become fat too and become depressed. Calin 2 says, no, never. Scamian says, I mean, there's always adoption. You can still provide a child the best life you can give them and be their parent. Green Mekla says, nope. Changing diaper sounds like a terrible way to spend my life. The guy in green says, yep, and still do it 24, almost 25. I'm not ready to throw in the towel. My kids will just be a hell of a lot younger than my siblings' kids. r/ForeverAlone. Wrong Way Out 1 says, dating as a short guy is almost impossible. I'm 18 male, fairly average looking and about 56. I was almost always mocked and insulted by people, even my own family, over my height, and dating is even worse. I've literally been laughed at straight to my face over it when I asked a girl out. Nobody prefers short guys and only a very few don't mind. I'm just done trying at this point. Before you go on and tell me that it's all in my head, listen to me. I've been told to my face that I was too short. If I were just assuming it was my height, then it would be fair to assume it's all in my head. I tried dating apps too. I got some matches and a surprising amount of likes, but when I mentioned my height I got ghosted multiple times. I then put my height in my bio and haven't gotten any attention to it since. I'm just tired, man. I enjoy weightlifting, and I used to do kickboxing as hobbies, so I'm in decent, not perfect, shape, but none of that matters. I'm done trying. Maybe someday I'll try again, but most likely not because of the crazy height obsession here in America. Edit. I don't even care about the looks in a girl. All I care about is a personality and a decent sense of humor. We are so undesirable that here in America it's literally illegal for a guy under 59 to donate sperm. Wood Earth says, sad that 5.5 feet is considered short these days and not average. Comprehensive P812 says, I think the society is trying to Darwin short guy genes. Motorad 2780 says, we are so undesirable that here in America it's literally illegal for a guy under 5 feet 9 to donate sperm. Lol, what? Are you for real? Sensitive Smile 2042 says, short kings are best kings. Sad Phone 2447 says, just got 4 short girls. Not the ones who are close in height. I'm 4 feet 9 and my partner is 5 feet 2. It's not impossible. Technical Annual 3204 says, it's not in your head at all, Opus. Don't worry, you don't have to convince us about how shitty it is for short men. We know it full well. The best thing to do for yourself that will save you a lot of frustration is quit pursuing. With your height you unfortunately just don't have what it takes. Just take care of yourself and be passively open to dating. What I mean by that is wait for women to come to you. That's really your only chance. You should fully accept that it may never happen, but try to get good at gauging a woman's interest. If she's giving you looks, then she has already looked past height, unless she's giving you looks while you're sitting. Height is your biggest handicap and you absolutely have to filter out the women who have a problem with it. Clara Runnels says, literally never understood the height thing. I've never cared a bit how tall or short anyone is, let alone someone I'm interested in. I'm sure there are lots of girls that agree with me too. Don't give up. Competitive and 2609 says, it is a lonely existence. I3R4MPI3RS says, just go for super short girls like 4 feet 9 or something, or become a passport bro. r/ForeverAlone. Roy Ridley says, I could literally never date or ask anyone out. I'm 25 male, and I use the internet, as is apparent, and I see a lot of my wife or my husband type comments on unrelated things I watch and read constantly. And every time I do I'm reminded of the insanity of it all. Like how the frick do so many people go through dating and get a lifelong partner like that? Are you kidding me? I could literally never ask anyone out, nor date. I mean, think about it. I have to 1. Ask someone to dedicate an entire ass evening to me. 2. Be confident that I can make that evening worthwhile, and not just that one, but 2, 3 more evenings and eventually the rest of their life, which is the assumption, but realistically however long the relationship lasts, that is utter insanity to me. I just can't fathom it. See, I have incredible anxiety. Whenever I ask anyone to do anything for me, I just feel it in the pit of my stomach. I feel like I'm wasting their time, bothering them, annoying them. It's the worst. I cannot even ask friends to play games with me or hang out because I'm afraid that I won't be able to get over the anxiety of having me be the reason as to why their morning/noon/evening sucked. It is the opposite. If someone asks something of me, I feel great, and I'm understanding of the other person, and never want to make them feel anxious. In fact, I wish my brain would go the way of maybe feeling anxious makes that other person feel like they're doing something bad to me, but I just can't help it. I'm a wreck, and I wish I could just accept that I'm a loser not worth any own's times, and live for myself where I can set my own expectations and meet or fail them at my own pace without any pressure from anyone else, or for any reason. But whenever I see couples who have gone through the hellish dating stage, and love each other, and are there for each other, and live with each other, and truly are together, and both want to be together, I just become so sad that I will never know what that is like. But I think I'm genuinely the most stress-free whenever I don't have to account for anyone else. I'm less afraid of going out and doing stuff when I don't have to organize it with someone else and then also consider them. I like solo games way better. There are a lot of people that like to claim that you have value, you just need to see it. Well, if they went with a date with yours truly, I think I could change their mind overnight. If I'm good at anything, it is being worthless. And it's not like I don't have anything to talk about per se. I have a lot of hobbies, interests and a few passions, but for me, I wouldn't really be talking about them. I would just be boring my date's ass off. In the end, I just don't get it. How do so many people get together? The process to getting to a place where you can consider each other boyfriend and girlfriend seems like an impassable wall. Zenex 666 says, no girl ever gave me signs that she was interested in me because I'm too ugly for love, but even if, let's say hypothetically, that a girl found me attractive, I wouldn't be able to make the first step. I have zero self-esteem and confidence as a result of all the bullying and traumatic shit I've been through. For Dinner Tonight says, very understandable. I can only imagine the look of disappointment and regret on someone's face shortly after meeting with me. I've never been on a date, and never will be. Once I almost managed to ask someone out on an app last spring, but mercifully she stopped responding and nothing happened. I sometimes cringe thinking how uncomfortable and awkward it would have been to actually meet. Single Pizza 4867 says, I totally get what you're saying. I don't want someone to give up their whole day for me either. It feels selfish, I guess. I asked a girl out in high school. She said yes, but she stood me up at the movies and quit talking to me after. It really hurt me, but honestly it's probably a good thing she did, cause the memory of that date probably would have been worse. I can't imagine myself making her laugh when I'm by myself with her or anything, lol. Power Sister for Life says, you're letting logic interfere with fun. A better way to look at it, if she wasn't out with you, she'd probably be at home, scrolling the net or sorting socks. By taking her out, you didn't waste her time, rather, you saved her from an evening of deathly dullness. Grand Level 9343 says, It's because they enjoy being with each other. Friendship, but +1, or so I think. If you can't even have friends, then no chance at love either. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe.